After opening up SketchUp from your desktop and choosing the Simple Interest template, your screen should look something like this. Now, since I'm working from home, I have SketchUp Pro 2020, and I don't know if we're going to be working with the previous version or the 2020 at the college. But regardless, with the Interest template, the simple one, you will have a horizon line similar to this and a blue sky and a ground. Now in the 2020 version, this is a gray, a light gray, and previous versions have a green colored ground. So you will also have someone standing here. Now this mysterious woman with the sunglasses here is Laura, and we really don't need anyone there for right now, so I'm just going to select her and hit the delete button on my keypad, and she's gone. All right. So you will also have the axis lines here present as well. And it comes in with a default toolbar here. It's called Getting Started, and it's got a few of the things that we're going to be using, but we need to dock a few others. So if you just need one toolbar, you can just right-click on this little gray area and come down to, let's say, the large tool set, which we'll need, and there it appears. Now, it might appear out here when you first do this. If so, come over here with the little arrow, hold down your left button. When you see the little move icon, move it over here slowly, and it should kind of jump, there it goes, into place, and you can just select it there. Okay, and if you notice, they're repeating a few of these icons. In fact, all of these up here show up somewhere in here. So we really don't need this icon, this toolbar here. So what I'm going to do is to show you another way of docking and deleting these icons. So if you go to View, Toolbars, you'll get this dialog box and these two tabs. If you pick on the Toolbars tab, it'll show that I have two of them there. So the large set, which I just docked, and the Getting Started, which was a default toolbar when you opened up SketchUp. So we need a few more of these, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit more and choose a couple more. Let's go ahead and just put Podium on there, although we don't need it right away. Shadows Standard is a good one. It has the undo and redo buttons. Those are critical. And another one, Styles and Views. Okay, so I'm looking up here, and I think that's enough for right now. And I really don't need this other one here because we have, as I said before, it repeats over here. So let's just get rid of that one, and I'll do it the other way. I'll just say OK and close that there. So if I right click here, it kind of gives me a little more clear view of what I have docked and not. Then you can pause the video to make sure you have all those check marks near the names of the toolbars. And while we're here, we're just going to deselect that one. Okay. So if you notice, we have a couple bars up here, or rows rather. And what I'm going to do is kind of consolidate some of these, and I'm going to move this one. I'm going to move the podium up to the top one and kind of to the right for right now. We don't really need that right away. And all this other space here, I can move this one here. And I'm just coming over here to the little dotted line. And when I see the move symbol, just hold down your left button and start moving. Now, if it comes out here, you'll see that it's got the name. You can just grab it from the blue area. So you, again, hold down your left button. And then I'm going to put this front and center because we're going to be using this quite a bit. And the shadows I'm going to put over here. And I'm going to arrange it similar to this. Okay. So if you notice that it'll jump up there when you see where it goes, and if that's where you want it, just lift up your finger. See this space here, you can just move that up a little bit like that. Be careful because it'll jump out or go someplace where you don't want it to go, and this one here you can move over. But this here on this top row pretty much gives you everything you need for right now and over here. So we have a nice big space here. Now if you look to the right here, we have our default tray, and some of these things here we're not going to be using in the first class, so I'm going to delete some of these, and you can just pick on the little X to get rid of them. I don't like the instructor because there's something moving over here, and that's annoying to me while I'm working over here. So I'm just going to come over here, pick the little X, soften edges, we don't need that. That's for more advanced stuff. And the outliner, we don't need that for right now. We can always put those back by going to Window and Manage Trays, pick on the default tray, and it'll show them all here. And you can turn them on and turn them off here and close. Similar to what we did with the toolbars when we go to View Toolbars here. Now, I forgot to mention the Options tab here, and it shows a little box here for larger icons. I think these are okay, the size. I don't need them large. If you do pick large, these might jump around a little bit, and then you have to put them back into place, and it covers up some of the working area. So I would just leave it without the check mark and pick Close. Back to the default tray, you can hide this by picking on this little pin, and it gives you a larger working area. But I use that quite a bit, and I think you will too, so I'm going to pick on the little pin again. You know, it'll show a little tab here. When you come out here, it'll disappear. To show it, you can come back here, but as I said, I like to see it all the time, so I'm going to pick it there. Now, if by chance you find yourself with this situation, you can put it back here easily by picking on this blue area, similar to the toolbars, and then coming over to these little tabs. See where it kind of lights up in blue there? So if you lift up your finger on any one of these, it'll show where it's going to go, like this, okay? So like that, then you don't have to mess with it. All right? So that should be enough just to get you started on your assignments.